Now, China has been busy. They've been a busy bee. They have been busy with a major cyber attack campaign against businesses across the world. More than 75 organizations targeted since June 2024. Now, I'll be clear, this isn't China. Okay, these are Chinese hackers. So they're of Chinese origin, or they speak Chinese or something like that. This does not mean that China, the nation, is behind, like the government is behind these things. Okay, it's a clickbaity way to get people interested. So since June 2024, these Chinese origin, let's say, hackers have been using a number of different names and attack vectors to get into all kinds of organizations. So IT services, media organizations. We saw some in South Asia. We saw some in, I think I've covered a few in government. There were a few government ones that were infiltrated, particularly in the U.S. I believe that we did one recently. I think it was last week. Research sectors, telecom. We did a telecom one last week. I remember finance. They're trying to get into preparation mode. Essentially, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get ahead of on any upcoming issues with cyber or military type, like warfare, if you will. That's what the researchers are concluding. I don't know if they're thinking that far ahead, honestly. If you look at the group names that are on here, we've covered a few of these, and these groups aren't really, they're not really behaving as if they're like nation state actors for China. They're kind of behaving as if they're just your regular hackers who are just like looking for money and looking for ways into stuff. So I'm not really sure that the researchers here have a leg to stand on to make that kind of a claim. I think that it's just your typical, like, let's just see what we can hack and get as much information as possible. But I will say that the last few weeks covering these kinds of news, definitely there are some Chinese origined, like from Chinese background groups that are absolutely stepping up the increase of the attacks that they're doing, and who they're getting into. And we have already shown that some of these groups have infiltrated United States, like telecoms, energy and infrastructure, and have been inside of these systems sometimes for up to several years, like 2 to 4 years. I don't think I want to say 10, but I don't think I ever actually read one of those. Yeah, my memory doesn't recall anything where they've been there for 10 years, but at least a few years in some cases. So this is getting quite dangerous, and it doesn't help that we have a tech industry where people are being told it's okay for you to use AI, even though it generates terrible code and does terrible things to your brain, as I have scientifically proven in both cases and more, over and over and over again on all of these streams. Anybody who's selling you, that AI is a good way to program is basically lying to you, or is just ignorant. But all of these things just make us less equipped to be able to handle that kind of a thing.